Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
Another gorgeous late August evening here at Rangers Ballpark. Gentle breeze is blowing in from center field. It certainly is not like the oven that we had in early August, but tonight the Rangers are looking to cook the birds in the final game of this three-game set. And welcome in everyone, along with Tom Graves, Steve Buzzy. Glad to have you along this evening, and it's going to be an interesting ball game tonight. A couple of former teammates, Derek Holland and Tommy Hunter, matching up on the mound, but the big guy for the Rangers of late, for the last month or so, has been David Murphy, and he has really done it all.
Yeah, he's taken advantage of a good opportunity, Buzz. Maybe a few weeks ago, Ron Washington said to David, you know, I like the way you're playing. You're my everyday left fielder. You're going to bat not only against righties, but you're going to hit against lefties. And David has pounded lefties, maybe even better than he's pounded righties. He's taken advantage of the opportunity. He's played every day. He's gotten key hits, made a great throw in last night's game. And this may surprise some people, but when he gets a few more plate appearances, he's going to qualify for the league leaders. He'll be 9th in the league in batting and 6th in on-base percentage. That's pretty good playing.
Not too bad for a guy that you looked at as an extra outfielder, but he has done so much more than just be an extra for this Rangers ball club. We'll see if he's able to contribute to a Ranger W tonight. Derek Holland and the ball club going after a series win against Baltimore in the rubber match of this three-game series. Coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest. to your Texas Ford dealer for the summer sales event and enjoy some of the greatest deals of the season. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. A gorgeous evening here in North Texas, and before we get things started, let's throw it down to Emily Jones. Emily?
Well, Buzz, Ron Washington alluded in Toronto that his days off for position players may be coming to an end, and his lineup the last 3 nights has indicated that. The regular righty lineup back in there tonight, or versus the righty pitcher, I should say. Mitch Moreland says there is something to be said for consistency when you're getting consistent reps.
I feel like 1 through 9 has been producing really well here lately. You know, it's good for the bottom of the order to take a little slack off the middle guys and the top of the lineup. But, you know, I think we all go up there and just try to grind out our at-bats and put pressure on the pitcher and the opposing team, and it's went well.
And, of course, Mitch Moreland and the rest of the bottom of the order definitely pulling their weight of late. That combination, Mitch Moreland, David Murphy, and Giovanni Soto carrying this offense for the last couple of weeks. Nice to see the production coming from the back end, guys.
All right, Emily. Yeah, it sure is. Nice to see it coming and consistently coming, too, from up and down the order, but particularly those last 3 guys have really done a great job the last week, 10 days, 2 weeks. So hopefully that will continue tonight as Derek Holland loosening up. And here's the Baltimore lineup that he will face tonight as Buck Showalter's group looks like this evening. Nick Markakis leads off. He's the right fielder. He's followed by the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. Batting third, playing center, Adam Jones. Matt Wieters is the catcher, and he bats cleanup. First baseman is Mark Reynolds. Lou Ford gets the start at DH tonight. He will bat 6th. Nate McLeod drops down to 7th. And the third baseman, Manny Machado, moves up a spot to 8th. And Robert Andino, the second baseman, will bat 9th.
And on the mound for the Rangers, Derek Holland. 7-6 on the season. Trying to continue to get that ERA down. It's .498 right now. 5 or more runs allowed in 4 of his last 6 starts. 2 starts ago was his best start, maybe of the year, against the Tigers. Against the AL East, he's pitched well. 3-0, 304, and 4 starts against the AL East. And you'll probably notice looking at Derek that he's experimenting a little bit with his socks. He's wearing socks that look like our era.
I like that.
Got the high socks. Don't see it big league players wearing them that way. David Murphy and Ian wear their pants up, but they have long red socks. Derek's got the old stirrup socks that they wore for probably up, through the early 80s?
Yeah, early to mid 80s. I wonder how far he had to go to find those. He had Hoggy running all out everywhere today.
He must have gotten those from the throwback uniforms they wore.
Yeah.
Well, that's a look that brings back a lot of memories.
It does. Nick Markakis with a count of 1-1 getting things underway here tonight. Holland back to him, and chopper off the plate. Holland is going to have to take it himself if he can, and no play as Holland couldn't reach it. And Markakis is aboard with an infield single to start things off.
Well, I think the only way you're going to get it out is you have to catch this ball in the air. And Derek gave it his best shot. But once it hits the ground, there's no play. If he catches it in the air, he might be able to continue over toward first base, touch the bag, and beat Markakis himself. But once it hit the ground, no chance.
Well, that's one of those plays you work on endlessly in pitcher's fielding practice, PFP, and spring training. And don't you know, it just comes up every now and again during the regular season. J.J. Hardy takes low and inside for ball 1. Hardy, the shortstop, comes in hitting at .226.
Orioles have scored a run in the first inning of each game. First game on a little blooper that went off Mitch Moreland's glove for a single and an RBI. Yesterday they scored on a wild pitch. And hopefully they won't score today with Markakis leading off the inning in that little chopper.
Markakis with good speed at first base. Holland, of course, with that very good pickoff move. And the pitch a called strike on the inside corner. Well, Holland working both sides of the plate to Hardy, and he has him in a 1-ball, 2-strike hole. This is a matchup, Holland and Hunter, that occurred back on May 10th in the second game of that doubleheader in Baltimore. Rangers won that ball game. Low and inside, and the count is now even to Hardy at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hardy in that game against Derek Holland was 0 for 4 with a couple of walks. Holland okays the sign. He checks first. Long hold by Holland. Now the 2-2. And the count has gone full. So Hardy works the count to 3-2. He's the number 2 hitter. Adam Jones in the on-deck circle has moved up 1 spot tonight. He had been hitting cleanup in the first 2 games of this series. And with the left-hander on the mound, Buck Showalter changed it. Double play ground ball to Elvis. Kinsler. Moreland. 6-4-3, and that takes care of the infield base hit.
Well, what did we tell Derek before the game, Buzz?
Get double plays.
Don't hit the ball in the air.
Right.
Keep the ball in the ballpark and hit it to the left side of the infield. So he was listening. There's Elvis, and they can't turn it over on a much easier ball to turn than that.
Attaboy, Derek, yeah. Every once in a while we have something that'll help you.
You just have to listen.
That's right. Of course, it helps to be as talented as Derek is, too, and be able to pitch the way he does. So here's Jones with the bases empty and 2 gone. And Holland fires a strike. Adam Jones brings in a 4-game hitting streak. You see the overall numbers. He is the best offensive player that the Birds have. Ground ball cut off by the diving Moreland. The Holland covering, they got him.
That was fun.
Great play on both ends. Is Holland able to get over there in time? And Mitch Moreland, a great defensive play. Well, Baltimore is gone in the first with some outstanding defense. And we'll go to the bottom of the first inning. No score with the Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. All the folks listening on AFN tonight, the Armed Forces Network, broadcasting the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. And welcome to all of you, and for all you men and women do, thank you so much from all of us here with the Texas Rangers. So some fancy glove work by the Rangers in the first. Got Derek Holland out of the way, out of the inning with nothing across for Baltimore. Ian Kinsler starting things off against his former teammate Tommy Hunter.
Buzz, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but
Kinsler driving one down the left field line, but it's hooking and going foul.
With all those people in the military watching tonight, you better be at your best tonight, because they're going to be watching. I'll let you think about that
Okay.
while I do the scouting report. Tommy's 4-7 on the season, 5.4 ERA. Tied for the most home runs in Major League Baseball. He's given up 29 of them. He's pitched well in our ballpark. Always did as a Ranger. 14-4 with an ERA in the mid-3s. Tommy pumped up for this game, tuned that one up at 95 miles an hour.
That's one thing the Rangers found out about Hunter is when he went into the bullpen and pitched out of the bullpen of the Rangers, he would come out throwing 95, 96, sometimes 97, but only for an inning or so. And when asked about it, he said, I just can't do that for more than 20, 30 pitches. And Baltimore's been trying to convince him to go ahead and air it out and see what happens. He'll make adjustments as time goes on. 0-2 pitch again to Kinsler. Sharply hit ground ball, but right at J.J. Hardy. Human vacuum cleaner fires on across the diamond, and that is out number 1. Here's the rest of the Ranger lineup tonight. You saw Ian Kinsler. Elvis Andrus is coming up next. Josh Hamilton bats third. He plays in center. Cleanup hitter is Adrian Beltre at third base. Kelly Cruz in right field bats fifth. Michael Young is the DH tonight. He's hitting sixth. David Murphy in left. Giovanni Soto catches and hits eighth, and batting ninth, the first baseman, is Mitch Moreland. $1 hot dog night out here at Rangers Ballpark. Everybody come out and enjoy all the dollar dogs that you can eat. And now parents have to monitor that a little bit. Could get a little tough on the kids on the way home. 0-1 the count to Elvis. Andrews hitting just a click below the 300 mark as Hunter comes back to him. Big breaking ball, and that catches the outside corner. It's 0-2. Elvis brings a 3-game hitting streak into the contest tonight. Hunter back to the plate. 1-2. Elvis against Hunter in that game we were talking about. 1 for 2 back on May the 10th. Also had a walk and drove in a run. And he has the count even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tommy Hunter at 4-7 with a 5.49 ERA, although that ERA has come down a couple of runs per 9 innings since the All-Star break. Chopper hits slowly to third. Machado fields a waist-high hop. And Elvis is retired, 2 away, and Josh Hamilton's coming out. Rest of the defense for Baltimore: McLeod, Jones, and Markakis left, center, and right. Mark Reynolds at first, and Nino at second. J.J. Hardy at short, and Machado is the third baseman with Mac Wieters. He is catching. Umpiring crew tonight: Todd Tishner calling the balls and strikes. Tony Randazzo at first, Bob Davidson at second, and Brian Gorman, the crew chief, is over at third. A couple of ground balls, a couple of outs for Tommy Hunter, and he pours in a strike to Josh Hamilton. Hamilton, if you remember back in May, hit a 2-run home run in the first off of Tommy Hunter. And there is strike 2. That was that series against the Orioles in which Hamilton had the 4-home run game back in May. Hunter's 0-2 pitch. Just missed the outside.
They're not trying to throw the slow curveball in the dirt to Josh. Tommy's coming right after him, at least in the first inning, with his fastball.
There was a breaking ball, and that's popped up down the left field line. Machado into foul ground, has room, and the youngster makes the catch, and that'll do it. Rangers gone in order in the first inning. After 1 in Arlington, Rangers nothing, Orioles nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Let's send it over to Jim Knox. Jim.
All right, thanks, Buzz. You know, Dollar Dog Night, as you said, this guy's going to polish off 5 big ones right here. There you go. Go for it. All right, happy birthday to that little one. All right, they're getting in their seats right there. Community corner tonight. Good play by Beltre. Got him at first. Community corner tonight. We're talking about the junior RBI and RBI program of the Rangers. Had a great day. Earlier this afternoon, took part in a youth clinic over the Rangers Youth Ballpark, where, guess who, Nelson Cruz was on hand talking about hitting, talking about fielding. To find out more about the RBI program, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Happy birthday, little guy, okay? Have a good time. All right, big guy? There we go. I'll get out of your seats here. There we go. Buzz.
Okay, Jim. Yeah, quite a play by Adrian Beltre. You may want to step that up a couple of levels of outstanding. Watch this thing.
He's at full speed. The minute that ball was hit, it looked like it took a little tricky hop. Instead of coming to his glove side, it went the other way, so he just picked it with his bare hand.
I was going to say that the Rangers had shown some pretty good leather, but he didn't even bother using the leather on that one. Well, Adrian is he gets it done any way necessary. Is there any doubt in your mind that he's the best third baseman in baseball right now?
You know, I can't say National League, Buzz, because we don't see him enough.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine there's someone better. I think he's the best one we watch.
Yeah.
In the American League,
without
sure.
doubt. Without doubt. 2 balls and a strike to the count to Mark Reynolds, number 5 hitter in the Orioles order of things, and he takes the breaking ball inside, and the count moves to 3-1. Reynolds with 12 home runs, a .222 average, as you can see. Although that on-base percentage, some 110 points higher than his batting average. Swings here, drives one to center field. Not going anywhere as Josh Hamilton lazily saunters over underneath it and puts it away for out number 2. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Lou Ford. Derek Holland, an economy of pitches so far. Only 17 used to get the first 5 outs. Ford hitting in just 148. And he fouls off the first pitch. Before he came back with the Orioles this year, Ford hadn't played in the big leagues for 5 years. Last appearing in Minnesota back in 2007. That's a pretty long hiatus to come back from, but he has done it. 1 ball, 1 strike now as Holland misses low and inside. Holland back to the plate. Broken bat liner, nagged by Beltre. The throw got him. Well, the bat whizzed by on one side, and Beltre backhanded the ball on the other. A 9-pitch inning for Derek Holland, courtesy of Adrian Beltre on a couple of plays. 1.5 in the books in Arlington. Rangers nothing, the Orioles nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. Visit www.hometownkids.tv for more information. Bottom of the second inning, Adrian Beltre, man with a magic glove leading things off. He fouls that pitch. He got a pretty good piece of Matt Wieters, the catcher. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Beltre asking Wieters if he's okay, and Wieters says, "Huh? Something happened?"
That's what a catcher. That's the attitude a catcher has to have.
That's
if
right.
You want to catch many games as Matt Wieters is going to catch in his career. He's not out there to catch 100 or 110 games. He's out there to catch 130, 150.
1-1 pitch from Hunter, and that's outside.
In his shoulder.
Yeah, got him in that right shoulder, and that's why that little extension, that pad is there. I'm not sure if that really helped him that much on that particular foul ball.
It probably helps it some, but not enough.
You need a suit of armor back there sometimes.
There's other places that ball can hit other than the pad. It helps if it hits where the pad is.
Well, Beltre a little over anxious on the 3-1 pitch, so he has run the count full now as Hunter went down and away with that fastball, and Adrian kind of shaking his head and chastising himself. Hunter with the payoff pitch. Hit well to center field. Going back is Jones. He's at the wall. Goodbye! Adrian Beltre straight away center field, and the Rangers are on top 1-0.
I'm not sure what the wind factor is tonight, but I don't think it mattered on that line drive. That ball jumped out of here. Tommy Hunter gives up his major league leading 30th home run. Well, Adrian swung at what might have been ball 4 on the 3-1 pitch. And it was a good thing he did. Came back with a fastball for a strike. Adrian, probably the hardest thing he has to do is dodge the pats to the head after the home run. Hitting it's no problem.
Yeah.
Dodging the guys trying to cheer him on in the dugout, that's a difficult part.
That's just his second home run in his last 30 ball games. And boy, that thing didn't spend much time in the air. That got out of here in a hurry. A 1-0 Texas. And Nelly Cruz takes a breaking ball for a strike. Adrian Beltre now with 20 home runs and 69 RBI. Nelly Cruz 1 home run behind Beltre now with 19. And well, he had a rip at that pitch from Hunter. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Numbers on Nelly Cruz, 268. That on-base percentage continuing to rise. He has been a much more selective hitter in the last month or so. 2-2. You know, Tom, I know you've said that the selectivity kind of goes along with when you're swinging the bat well. The two seem to go hand in hand for most guys.
Yeah, unless you're those unusual hitters who are, you know, bad ball hitters.
Machado, long throw and a bounce, and he just did get Cruz.
That guy's got a shotgun for an arm at third base, boy. Only 20 years old. I bet you he could tune it up at about 95 from the mound. He's thinking, and now he's firing. Takes one hop, and Mark Reynolds scoots to the first base.
And he gave Reynolds a good long hop to catch. That was excellent throw. A 1 away. Here's Michael Young. And the pitch outside to the Ranger DH tonight. Home run by Beltre, by the way, estimated at 408 feet. As Michael fouls the next pitch out of play. The only thing that made it that short is he didn't get enough altitude on it.
Yeah, it couldn't go much farther than that.
Thing had enough steam to go quite a ways. Fly ball to center field off Michael Young bat. Over to the alley goes Adam Jones. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. The Michael Sky's out. David Murphy now will come to the plate.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 7, David Murphy.
pass along a note on Adrian Beltre for you. With his 20th home run, he becomes the 9th third baseman in the history of the game with 10 career seasons of 20 home runs or more. Anytime you start putting guys in the context of in the history of baseball, you know it's something special, and certainly Adrian qualifies for that special category. 1-1 the count to Murph. David, a 3-game hitting streak coming into tonight. 2-1. We told you in our opening remarks, David, 7 plate appearances short of qualifying for the league statistics. And what that means is in about 5 or 6 games, David will have enough. It's figured on 3.1 plate appearances. Now, it's not at bats. I mean, every time you go to the plate, no matter what happens, it's a plate appearance. Murphy fouls it away. So if David gets 4 plate appearances per game in about 6 games, he will qualify for the league statistics. Hunter again with the 3-2. Outside ball 4. David Murphy eyeballing that into Weeder's glove, and he draws the 2-out walk. Well, folks, the all-you-can-eat seats are available in the upper home run porch for every game. For one low price, you get unlimited grilled chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, and soft drinks served in the air-conditioned upper home run porch grill. For tickets, go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. Here's Giovanni Soto, and he takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Soto hit his second home run as a Ranger last night, a 2-run blast. Rangers had 2 home runs in that ball game, but not quite enough to overcome the Orioles in the middle game of this 3-game set. Tonight they're leading in the rubber match, and the pitch outside, 1-1. I want to remind you folks too, we were talking about the all-you-can-eat seats. Plenty of good seats available for the remainder of this homestand. Twins coming in for 4 games starting tomorrow. And then the Tampa Bay Rays coming in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So make your plans to come on out and watch your Rangers playing some pretty good baseball here at home. Second best record in the American League at home, 37-23. And the Angels with an early lead, now the top of the 5th inning, taking on Boston. The Angels won last night. They moved to within 8.5 games of the Rangers. Soto a drive to right center field. Jones on his horse. He's at the track and makes the catch just as he steps onto the cinders. To the side, retired some pretty hard hit balls, but none harder than Adrian Beltre's leadoff home run in the inning. Got the Rangers on the board, and as we go to the 3rd, it's the Rangers 1, the Orioles nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Southwest is brought to you by Geico Insurance, by Mazda CX-5, and by Carfax. Little roller down the first baseline to start things off. It's going to stay fair as Derek Holland is right on top of it. And that's going to be an infield hit. Both hits by the Orioles tonight off Holland have not made it to first base. The balls haven't.
Well, you know that the way the foul lines are at our ballpark, that kind of a ball stays fair going down both lines. That's not even coming close to spinning toward the chalk. If anything, it's spinning more and hugging the grass all the way down the line. And Derek knew that was going to happen, but you might as well take your chances because he wasn't going to throw him out at first base anyway.
Hope it hits a spike mark or something and kicks up.
Yeah.
Well, McLeod with good speed at first, and the pitch is a strike to Manny Machado. Machado off to a great start of what looks to be a very promising career for the young man. Just 20 years of age, hitting .279 in his first couple of weeks of play at the big league level.
Yeah, this kid looks like a ball player. He's got a perfect athletic body. The ball jumps off his bat. He's got a great arm. Was a shortstop in high school. He's switched over to third base now. And the way he's holding his own at age 20, I would agree with that prognosis. That kid's going to be a great mid. I won't say great. Who knows whether it's great. He's got a chance to be a really good big league player.
You know, his idol growing up, Alex Rodriguez, they're from the same high school. And he kind of reminds me of a young Alex Rodriguez coming to the big leagues about the same age.
Yeah, Alex was thinner back then. That line drive he hit in the first game to left field was just a shot.
In the dirt, nice block by Giovanni Soto, and the count is even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Soto going to go out and have a word with Derek Holland. Soto still getting to know the Ranger pitching staff. He's had an opportunity with Mike Napoli out with that strained quad to catch virtually every day. So he's kind of been on a crash course of getting to know these guys. Holland's next pitch, a little tapper by the mound. Only one play for Andrews. That's at first. Into second is McLeod. Machado out at first. That's 1 away. And Robert Andino coming up. He got the ground ball. It just wasn't hit hard enough to turn the double play.
A couple of softly hit ground balls for hits, and now almost another one. Fortunately, Elvis gets a good jump on that ball. Easy out at first base. Does move a man into scoring position, though, for Andino.
Robert Andino stepping to the plate, 0 for 6 in his career against Derek Holland. And Holland fires a strike to the outside corner. Andino got the start at second base in the opener of this series. He was 0 for 5, however, and won at bat last night as a pinch hitter. 0-1 pitch. Check swing, and the appeal down to first base. No swing, says Tony Randazzo. See Andino mired in a pretty lengthy slump now. 1 hit in his last 21 times to the plate. Hitting here with McLeod at second. 1 man out, and the pitch grounded to third. Comes up very quickly for Belfry, who stays with it.
Well, could have bounced right over my glove if I was playing third.
Yeah.
He made the adjustment. He's kind of looking how that ball take that kind of hop.
Well, folks, to celebrate 40 years of baseball in the Metroplex, Metro PCS is giving away 40 Samsung 4G LTE phones. Enter to win at all participating locations. Metro PCS, wireless for all. Yeah, if I'm trying to field a ground ball and it does that to me, I get hit right in the nose.
I wouldn't have, because I'd have been laying it off to the side. You would have kept it in front of you. I would have watched it go out to David Murphy.
So 2 away now. Nick Markakis going after the first pitch from Holland, fouls it back. Here's what we're talking about. Watch this last hop. Yep, no problem.
And for you little leaguers out there, that's the way you do it. Get your glove down low. It's easier to adjust bringing your glove up to catch a hop than it is to have your glove up high and then have to put it down on the ground. So that was pretty good training film right there by Adrian. In slow motion, it doesn't look quite as hard, but that is a tricky little hop. Not for him. It really is fun watching him play.
Yeah, it is.
Just the way he plays the game.
It really is.
Not just defensively, but just an all-around fun that he has playing game.
A little flare out in the left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. McLouth will score. And Markakis with the RBI single has tied this ball game. It's 1-1.
Well, the infield hit and the blooper. Markakis has 2 hits today. One was that little dribbler, and now he gets jammed and just loops this ball into left field.
Well, we're back to where we started. And the pitch to Hardy is a strike on the outside corner. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop for the Orioles, grounded into a double play his first time up. Markakis, as in the first inning, at first, but there are 2 outs this time, and the pitch is up and in. 1-1 to Hardy. J.J. got the opening game of this 3-game set off. He had been playing pretty well for a while, and Buck Showalter gave him that day off, and he's been back in there the last 2 nights. Ahead of the count here, 2 balls and a strike. Buck Showalter is bench coach John Russell, former Ranger. Both former Rangers, as a matter of fact. Holland okays the sign, checks Markakis, and he will go that way with the toss. Garrett getting set to throw his 36th pitch of the night. It's on the way and fouled away.
Well, last year Hardy hit 30 home runs and knocked in 80 runs. He has 16 home runs this year. He's knocked in 50 runs. He won't reach the numbers that he put up last year. He also hit close to 270s, around mid-220s right now. Not putting up the same offensive numbers that he did last year, but still playing a great shortstop.
Another pop foul that will reach the seats behind home plate, and it remains 2-2. I think Jim Knox got that last foul ball. How about that?
Hey, good day, mate.
Yeah, Buzz, no problem. Out here trying to save some lives. Got a ball right. No, I'm just kidding. Here you go, little guy. Here you go. There you go, buddy. All right, there we go. Boy, that kind of hurt, Tom. Needed a glove. Need to bring a glove out to these games.
If anyone can handle it, you can handle it, Jim. Just missed it.
And Hardy gone on strikes. That'll do it for the Orioles, but they tie the ball game. They get a run on a couple of hits and leave one. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's now the Rangers 1, the Orioles 1 on Fox Sports Southwest. Sports is proud to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports. 1-1 ball game. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Mitch Moreland, the number 9 hitter in the Rangers order, will start things off. And then back to Ian Kinsler and Elvis Andrus. Moreland brings a 4-game hitting streak into play tonight. Mitch has been pretty much tearing the cover off the ball since he came back off the disabled list the 30th of July. Moreland looking out at former teammate Tommy Hunter as if to say, hey, that was pretty much at my shoes. What's the deal here?
Yeah, why is the only pitch you threw that wild coming into me?
Yeah. It's a legitimate question.
I think it is.
2 balls, no strikes. Now the ultimate payback for Mitch would be to hit this ball up in the upper deck somewhere.
That'd be a pretty good matchup if Mitch ever charged the mound.
Boy.
Mitch and Tommy Hunter. Tommy was a national junior judo champion when he was little. Well, he's never
was
little.
he ever little?
Well, I should say when he was young.
Yeah.
He wasn't little. But he's agile for a big guy.
Yes, he is.
There's one big guy. Mitch is a big guy, too. Mitch goes about 250 himself.
That'd be a Richter scale event if those two guys got out of it. Tommy looks like he's dropped a few pounds.
Yeah, Tommy looks good.
Yeah. 3-1 the count to Moreland. Ground ball right into the teeth of the shift. Andino in shallow right field will throw Moreland out, and that's 1 away. And let's head down and say hello to Emily Jones. Emily.
Well, some things about Tommy Hunter haven't changed. He's been bouncing around the ballpark all week, giving everyone hugs who he comes in contact with. Everyone happy to see Tommy, and his former teammates say there is a little something extra when you're going up against one of your former buddies.
Definitely bragging rights to that. There's it's a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a lot of fun for him to face us again. He had a lot to say the first time talking with us about it, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of fun with it again, and I'm glad I get to face him.
And bragging rights go to you guys for mastering the English language, which I am unable to do today.
I don't know who the you guys are, Em, but you're not talking to me.
Back up to y'all.
Thanks, Em. 1-1 the count to Kinsler. He and a ground ball to short back in the first inning. And Hunter misses low and outside. Kinsler, the first time these two matched up, went 0 for 3 in that game in Baltimore. Breaking ball pulled on the ground to third where Machado is stationed. Out number 2. Let's head back to the Fox Sports Southwest studios and a game break with Rick Renner. Rick. All right, Rick, thank you. The A's continuing to play good baseball. They'd gone through a little spurt where the offense had kind of backed away from them a little bit, but now they're back scoring runs again. 5 more today.
Coco Crisp had a big game the other day, knocked in a bunch of runs.
Here's Elvis. Ground ball to third his first time up, and he takes a knee-high strike.
Looks like Major League Baseball testing might be zeroing in on the newest drug of choice. Chemists are going to have to go back to the drawing board and come up with the next designer drug.
What do they say? It's about a 6-month time lag from.
Is that what it is?
I read that in an article. They were talking about the Olympics and the advancements, and it takes about 6 months to catch up. Nice play by Tommy Hunter. He bounced off the mound and threw out Elvis. Rangers gone in order. We have finished 3. And the final game is 3-game series, a 1-1 tie on Fox Sports Southwest.
Baltimore and Texas all tied up at 1 apiece. And Buzz and Tom, we have a special guest. This is Brittany Ross, wife of Ranger reliever Robbie Ross, here to talk about a Rangers Wives online auction. What's this about, Brittany?
Well, every year the Texas Rangers Wives pick a charity. And this year we chose Kenneth Kids, which is a non-for-profit organization that finds 3 families in the DFW area who have children who are experiencing medical challenges. And they get together and pay their medical bills.
There we go. And for Ranger fans right now, they can get online at what email address?
TexasRangers.com/auction.
There we go. And this goes on till September 10th, correct?
September the 12th at noon.
And you got a lot of cool items up for auction. You have a few of them items right now. What are these guys?
My husband donated a glove, and he signed it. And then there's a Nolan Ryan baseball, and Kinsler donated a batting glove. There's 37 total items online.
And these are great items. I mean, Robbie Ross's name is on there. 8/2000 Wilson glove, Nolan Ryan autograph. Ian also autographed the batting glove right there. Great items. So go online and purchase one of these items, and it helps out a great cause. Give us the email address one more time.
TexasRangers.com/auction.
There we go. Brittany, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. And there is the lesser half of the Rosses. Just kidding, Robbie. Looking to miss by Jones, and the count has gone full now.
In case you're looking for a fastball, take that.
Adam Jones out on a very nice play by Mitch Moreland back in the first inning. A headlong dive, and then he fed it on to Derek Holland. A slip the bat is helicoptering its way over the third base dugout.
That bat hit the wire that's holding up the screen. Right there. Got misdirected a little bit.
Boom. Yes, it did.
Boy, guess everybody's okay. I'm fine.
Holland back with a payoff pitch. Got him swinging.
Good pitch.
And tagged out by Soto.
The last 2 strikeouts, J.J. Hardy swung at a breaking ball that was down in the dirt. So did Adam Jones.
And
Good
those
job,
are the
Derek.
first 2 strikeouts for Holland tonight.
Got him in a fastball count twice. He gave him something other than a fastball both times. Got Jones fishing.
So 1 away. And Matt Wieters, the catcher, will come up.
Got a few shout outs. Jerry Hansen is here tonight. He's 74 years old tonight. Also, Ted Wagner is at the game. He's a big Ranger fan, never misses a game, and he's 98 years old out at the ball game tonight. Congratulations, Ted.
Ted, take it easy on those dollar hot dogs now. You want to have more than half a dozen or so.
I have to remind everybody, we can't do shout outs for people attending home games that you're here at the ballpark. There's just too many of those, so we apologize for not being able to do that. Do have a get well wish, though, to Jennifer Roberts. She has the West Nile virus. Boy, that's getting scary. Many people in the Metroplex that have contracted that virus. She had to give up her ticket, so Mary and David are the beneficiaries, and they want to say thanks and get well soon as well. And then we'll remind everybody, if you want to see the food items, which we appreciate very much, you can see them online at foxsportsouthwest.com. Click on Tom's Treats. There are some nights where we don't get many, and we might wait till a day later to show them, but if you check, you'll eventually see them.
And Holland's pitch to Matt Wieters inside, so the second straight hitter now that Holland has gone 3-2 against. Holland to the wind, the payoff pitch. Popped up on the first base side. Mitch Moreland running out of room as he nears the railing. Now backing up and makes the catch.
Good adjustment right there. I thought he'd missed it.
Mitch looked down to see where he was in relation to the stands, looked back up, and the ball wasn't there, and he had to make a quick adjustment.
So I had it all the way. Ian, don't worry about me. Knows where he is.
Where to go?
Whoa, got to make the adjustment on the ball now, though.
The Ford game summary looks like this as we have 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Adrian Beltre, the only hit tonight for the Rangers, that left the ballpark. Meanwhile, Derek Holland has given up 3 hits and a run. A couple of strikeouts. They came back to end the 3rd and start the 4th. Here's Mark Reynolds, and he couldn't check his swing in time. Got a foul tip anyway. It's 0-1 to Reynolds. Power hitting first baseman flying out to center field. First time that he faced Holland. Reynolds now 1 for 6 in his career against Derek. Off the end of the bat to right field. Coming on is Cruz. Still coming, and Nelly makes a fine running catch. He got a great jump on that ball coming in. Side retired in 1-2-3 fashion. We finished 3.5, but still the Rangers won, the Orioles won on Fox Sports Southwest. For you is who was the only player to have 5 hits in that Rangers 30-3 win over Baltimore back on August the 27th, 2007, August 22nd. That's exactly 5 years ago. Only one Ranger had 5 hits in that game, and who was he? You would think 30-3 there would have been several that had that many hits, but only one Ranger. Josh Hamilton leading things off, and he swings through Tommy Hunter fastball. It's 0-1. Hamilton fouled out the third baseman Machado in his first trip to the plate. Hamilton a shot up the middle. That's a base hit.
It was a shot. J.J. Hardy didn't even take a step. He just watched that thing go by.
Hamilton blistering it right past the right hip of Tommy Hunter into center field. Second Ranger hit of the night, and the man who has the other one is coming to the plate now. Adrian Beltre cracked his 20th home run of the year to dead center field in the second inning. So Beltre now in his career is a .500 hitter against Tommy Hunter. 6 out of 12. I had to figure that out real quick. It's hard when you go to 12. I run out of fingers.
And you got your shoes on, so
yeah,
you can't use your toes. Well, get a calculator out.
Hunter's 1-0 pitch. Beltre a drive. Deep left field. There she goes. Goodbye. Second home run of the night for Beltre. The Rangers lead 3-1.
First time he hit a fastball, this time he hit, I think it was a slider or a cutter, but it came right down the middle of the plate. And instead of drilling the fastball to center field, it's a little bit slower pitch. He gets out in front of it and pulls it to left field, and he'll try to shield his head as it goes through the gauntlet.
Josh stood up behind him. Well, Beltre with a pair of home runs tonight, accounting for all 3 Ranger runs. And watch this thing hang and then leave.
And that's a cutter right down Broadway. Well, Tommy's throwing the ball well, but he's just catching the middle of the plate too many times. It's been his story all season long. It's the 31st home run he's given up. Throwing the ball pretty well, though.
Hunter had been in a tie with Irvin Santana of the Angels for the most home runs given up, and apparently he has broken that tie here tonight. Nelly Cruz takes that breaking ball low and outside. The count moves to 2-1. Cruz, not on a fine play by Machado, the third baseman. His first time to the plate. Another breaking ball that bends over the inside corner to Cruz, and it's 2-2. The Rangers now with 143 home runs as a team. And Adrian Beltre with his 23rd multi-home run game of his career. Nelly Cruz continues the streak. 3 consecutive Ranger hits.
There aren't many guys that can line the ball to the opposite field like that. A lot of guys can hit the ball over second base, you know, a nice line drive the other way. Nelly hits those low screaming line drives that are about as high as the fielder.
Yeah, and most of the pitches that he hits like that are down around his shoe tops.
Yeah.
There's the updated list for pitchers giving up home runs. Tommy Hunter now with 2 more than Irvin Santana. Michael Young, first ball is hitting, skies it to shallow right. That's going to be trouble. It's going to fall for a base hit. Markakis was playing fairly deep. He couldn't get there. And Dino couldn't get there, the second baseman. And Michael Young has one fall in for him. The Rangers now have 4 consecutive hits here in the 4th inning. Cruz did a good job of reading that, knowing it was going to be pretty close. He didn't hang very close to first base. He was able to prevent being forced at second.
Yep, you're right, Buzz. That's excellent base running. He's leaning toward second because his instincts are telling him the ball's going to fall in, but he waits until the last moment before he commits himself. And I think if he just stood flat-footed halfway, he probably would have been out at second base.
So 2 on, still nobody out. David Murphy to the plate. Murphy drew a walk his first time facing Hunter tonight. Ball 1 is low and outside. Nelly Cruz kind of sidestepping his way to second as that ball got closer to the ground. He was reading it all the way and did a very good job of getting down there to second. Knee-high strike to Murphy evens the count at 1-1. One final note on Adrian Beltre's 2 home run game. It's his first multi-home run game in the regular season since last September. Of course, he had that 3 home run game in the playoffs. Murphy a shot at right field. Getting over to cut it off is Markakis. Around third is Cruz. He will score. Murphy digging for 2. He's in sliding with an RBI double. The Rangers lead 4-1. Young on to third base.
Pretty good inning going so far. 5 straight hits. David Murphy is not only getting an opportunity to play every day, that's one thing, but he is shining in that role. Valuable guy. He is batting 7th in the lineup, hitting the ball the way he's hitting it right now.
And Rick Adair, the pitching coach, out to talk with Tommy Hunter and Matt Wieters. You notice on that replay, Matt Wieters' reaction after the pitch was turned on by David Murphy. He kind of slumped his shoulders like, oh, I didn't want that pitch there. He knew where that was headed as soon as Murphy made contact.
They got the called strike on a low inside fastball. Man, that looked like a cutter.
That reaction right there.
Put his hands on his knees.
Yeah. Oh, no. So David Murphy with the RBI double now has 49 RBI, and the Rangers have runners at second and third. Still nobody out. Orioles pulling their infield in halfway on the left side and pretty much in at the cut of the grass on the right. Giovanni Soto takes a fastball into his arms for ball 1. Soto drove the ball to deep right center field his first time up. Adam Jones able to track it down for a long out. Up here now with that same ball will get him an RBI. 2-0. Tommy Hunter running into difficulties, and Kevin Gregg, the right-hander, up and throwing in the Oriole bullpen. Hunter, the 26-year-old, back to the plate. Check swing. The pitch is inside. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Soto trying to keep his production line going. 5 consecutive Rangers have reached via hits. Hunter from the stretch. Outside, ball 4. That breaks 1 streak as far as getting hits, but 6 straight Rangers now have reached, and it loads the bases for Mitch Moreland. Buck Showalter making the call down to the bullpen himself, and he wants Machado or J.J. Henry to go out there and talk to Tommy Hunter. At least that's what he was trying to get their attention to do. I don't think either one of them wanted to go talk to Hunter at all. He said no, he's on his own. Well, here's Moreland. And a pitch on the inside corner. Mitch, a ground ball to second base, and this time with the bases loaded, the Orioles can't go into that overshift, at least as far as having Andino, the second baseman, way out in right field. He's playing midway between first and second, but he's on the skin of the infield this time. 0-1 pitch. Belted deep right field. Way back, goodbye. Grand slam, Mitch Moreland.
What an inning. 7 straight Rangers have reached base.
His first career grand slam, but it has to be an asterisk because he hit one here against Oakland that was rained out. So this
Gonzalez.
Yeah, this one will stand. There's no rain in the forecast. And Mitch Moreland, high fives for that long drive.
7 batters have been up this inning, and 7 batters have scored. 3rd home run for the Rangers in the game.
And now Ian Kinsler up for the 3rd time tonight. I think that was that cut fastball again, wasn't it?
Cutter hasn't been working for him this inning. Beltre hit it out. Murphy doubled on it. And Moreland hit it out of the ballpark.
I hate that sound. To this day, I hate that sound.
You never gave up one of those, did you?
Oh, are you kidding?
I think Jim Palmer has never given up a grand slam. Is that right? Do you know?
Could be. Go next door and ask him.
No, I got to broadcast the game. I'll never get back.
Ian Kinsler singles to center, and that's going to do it for Tommy Hunter as Buck Showalter has seen 8 consecutive Rangers reach base, 7 of them scoring. There's still nobody out as the Rangers hit their 3rd grand slam of the year. Nelly Cruz had a couple of them earlier. But Mitch Moreland turns the trick. Kinsler drives out Tommy Hunter. Mitch Moreland gets congratulations all around. Rangers on top. We'll take a timeout on Fox Sports Southwest. Each week, Aaron Andrews, Eddie George, and Joey Harrington will get you ready for kickoff. The premiere of college football Saturday is September the 1st at 6 p.m. when third-ranked USC takes on Hawaii. It's very quickly become a semi-football score here tonight. Rangers leading 8-1. Still nobody out. Ian Kinsler, the runner at first after his single, and Elvis Andrews, the 9th Ranger to come to the plate, will face Kevin Gregg, the new right-hander coming in for the Orioles. Get an idea of what Kevin Gregg has done. We saw him in the first game of this series. Back out there tonight for the veteran right-hander. Ground ball right back to him. The second for one. Easy double play turned by Hardy. And Elvis hit a bullet that just happened to be right glove height for Kevin Gregg. So the double play.
Tommy Hunter made about 30 pitches that inning, faced 8 guys, gave up 7 runs, left a guy on base. Kevin Gregg comes in, throws 1 pitch and gets 2 outs. What a game.
So that will conclude the line for Tommy Hunter. 3 innings plus, 8 runs, 8 hits. He walked 2 batters, and he did not have a strikeout tonight. Josh Hamilton swinging through the first Gregg offering. Josh, a base hit that started this whole thing. Singled sharply up the middle off of Tommy Hunter as he led off the inning. Hamilton chops one foul outside third, and the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. How about the most 5-run plus innings? And
there's a surprise in there. I wouldn't have thought Oakland would be one of those teams.
That had to have happened all in the last month and a half.
Yeah, they started to swing the bats, boy.
And almost double. The Rangers have almost double the number of the second place team, and that's Boston.
They picked up Stephen Drew.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yep.
Sent Jamile Weeks to the minor leagues and picked up Stephen Drew.
1-2 pitch. And Hamilton gets fisted and fights it off over the Oriole dugout. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. And in Boston, the Angels extending their lead now. They lead by 5 over the Sox. Out of play once again. In case you missed it earlier, Oakland 5-1 winners over Minnesota. Oakland with a win last night had crept to within 5 games of the Rangers. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Josh. Hamilton 1 out of 2. Fouled out his first time up, and then had that single earlier this inning. And he chops that pitch foul. Good crowd on hand here tonight, and they are seeing a Ranger offense that has shown signs the last week of really putting things together in typical Ranger fashion. Crowd looks to be around 40,000 or so here tonight. Hamilton chop foul.
They're all carbon copies of each other. Same pitch. Good swing, but a little bit out in front of it and just kind of ticking it foul. I wouldn't get one of those up. They're all 4 of them are right down at the bottom of the strike zone, but raise that up a couple of balls and might be a different result.
Well, you missed that with that outside. That was the 10th pitch of this at bat. So you throw, funny game. You throw 1 pitch, get 2 outs, and then you can't do anything in the next 10. Gregg with a payoff pitch. Inside and low, and Hamilton takes the walk. So Josh has been aboard both times he's come up this inning. And here comes Adrian Beltre, who is having a pretty good night. How about 2 for 2 with a pair of home runs? Adrian now 21 home runs for the year, 71 RBI. He is 3rd on the Rangers with those 71 RBI. Nelly Cruz has 74, and of course Josh 102. Adrian is trying to cut that gap down with one swing of the bat. Big rip at that high fastball. Greg comes set. And Beltre. It's a towering pop-up down the right field line. That will twist its way back into the seats. Now it's time for our AT&T UVerse reverse replay. Adrian Beltre, home run number 1. Dead center field on a line. And then in the 4th inning, boom. Left field not on a line, very deep. Good night so far for Adrian Beltre, and he's trying to do some more damage with his second at bat here in the 4th inning. He is the 11th Ranger to come up. The 0-2 pitch. That ball's hit high and deep to center field. Jones is going back at the track, at the wall. He leaps. Goodbye. 3 home runs for Adrian Beltre.
Buzz, that Adrian heard you say it's been 31 games since he hit a home run. He wanted to make up for lost time. Going through the gauntlet again. He doesn't care if they touch his head now. That ball's not well, top of the strike zone. I guess it was a strike.
And Nelly Cruz are ripping a miss. That's exactly where Wieters wanted it. I don't think he wanted to go the other way that far. They're pretty good. Wow. 2 home runs in the inning for Beltre. 3 tonight. 5 runs driven in. Rangers leading 10-1. And a curtain call requested from Adrian Beltre, and they got it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of curtain calls this year, but they wanted one for that.
Just out of the reach of
he got up
Adam.
there, too.
Yeah, he did. And Nelly Cruz is swinging a miss. He is down in the count now. A ball and 2 strikes.
I love to hear people talk about the best catch they've ever seen. Everyone's got a different one. Remember the one Gary Matthews? That's the best one I ever saw.
Nelly Cruz got caught looking at a 3rd strike, and that'll do it. But the Rangers send up 12 men. 9 of them score. And we will go to the 5th inning. It's now the Rangers 10, the Orioles 1 on a home run derby night for Adrian Beltre, Mitch Moreland, and company. Park in Arlington, 10-1 Texas. And the AT&T trivia question, and we might be looking at something like this tonight. I mean, this has a feel of this kind of game. The only Ranger to have 5 hits in that 30-3 win at Baltimore 5 years ago. The answer, David Murphy. And skying to center field and off the wall, Lou Ford in with a stand-up double to start off the Oriole 5th inning. So Ford with the 4th hit of the night off of Derek Holland, his 3rd double of the year, and Ford at second base with nobody out. But the Orioles trailing 10-1. High fastball that Derek didn't get away with that time. I'd like to welcome in co-host of Rangers Live. See him every night before and after the ball games, Mark McLemore. Mac, did you have a good time in that 9-run inning?
I did. That was great.
Fun to watch, huh?
A lot of fun. I like that offense.
Mac, I'm glad to see you, but I'm really happy to see who you brought up to the booth with you.
Yes.
Stacy
nice.
Sikora.
Yes, very nice. I just got an opportunity to meet her tonight. And so she's been hanging out and giving her a little tour.
Wow. Well, Stacy was a tremendous athlete at Burleson High School. Our girls played against her in volleyball. She was a tremendous volleyball player. She played in the Olympics for a couple of years on the U.S. team. That's how good she was.
3 times.
3 times, was it?
Times,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's one good athlete in the booth.
I know. How about that?
Well, I promise you this. None of us were the same kind of athlete she was.
No. I know. That's guaranteed.
She was
Holland fires a strike at 22.
Basketball player. You name the sport, she could have played it. I know she used to leave games to do track, too. Didn't even work out with the track team. Just went and whatever the event was, won the long jump, won the whatever race it was.
That's an athlete for you.
Yep.
Practice? Who needs practice?
Holland gets the strikeout, his 3rd of the night. And Nate McLeod flailing at that breaking ball, couldn't get it. No, 1 away with Ford still at second, and Manny Machado coming up. That 9-run inning, by the way, first time the Rangers had thrown 9 up there since 2009, September of 2009. Been a while. And 9 spot looks pretty good on the scoreboard, though. 0-1 the count to Machado, who grounded a shortstop his first time. That's a good-looking 9 up there. As long as it's down here in the home team part of the scoreboard, that's what we like to see. 1-1. J.C. Romero loosening in the Oriole bullpen. I wonder if they had to coax him into answering the phone down there. After seeing what happened in the.
He probably figures most of the damage has been done. And right when he was thinking that, someone said, "Hey, no, they beat us 31-3 one time. they might have 20 more to go. You better be careful."
You know, it doesn't seem like it was 5 years ago. And it's 5 years ago today that happened. That 30-3 game.
Wow.
Inside, 2-2 now to Machado. Remember, Mac, that was one of the nights you picked to have off at Rangers Live. You and I were. So I was in there doing it. It was a doubleheader.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You still owe me for that. That's right. I thought they'd never stopped scoring. And I said, oh, this is the first of 2, isn't it? Yep. I mean, it just got completely out of hand.
You know, you see that and you think, how do you score 30 runs in a major league game?
Yeah, especially when, what was it, 5-2 or something like that after 5 innings? It was a normal game for most of the game.
Yeah, they scored, I think it was 28 unanswered runs. Understand, Baltimore was leading 3-0 in the game, so the Rangers scored 30 unanswered runs.
Wow.
Strikeout number 4 for Holland, and again, he goes back-to-back with the punch-outs.
Derek's had a good assortment of off-speed pitches today. Good fastball to go along with him.
So Holland trying to work around that leadoff double by Lou Ford. He has struck out McLeod, and now Machado, and Robert Andino will come up for the second time tonight. Andino, a ground ball to Beltre, his first time up. 1 ball, no strikes. Now, you're talking Adrian Beltre obviously having a great night offensively. But how about some of the plays he's made at third already?
Those are all routine plays. that's just routine for him now.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see the pregame point we had when we showed the highlight of about 7 of his plays? Were you watching for that? That was just, you don't see guys field the ball that way. I mean, they make plays, but the way he makes them, it's just such a flair.
Well, the way he fields and then plants and just throws flat-footed,
is
unreal.
Yeah.
You can't teach a kid to throw that way. You just can't. That's just something that's unique to Adrian, and he can do it in the game. I'm sure there are other guys that can probably do it in practice, but will not take it out to the game.
Yeah, they have no idea where the ball would go if they tried that in the game.
If you were teaching an infielder, wouldn't you teach him to move his feet and go toward the base?
Where you're throwing.
I mean, you wouldn't want him to do it that way necessarily.
Not at all. Step to where you're throwing it.
Holland's 2-1 pitch. And the count is even after that foul ball. Yeah, tonight I think you can say Beltre is probably the complete package.
Yeah, it's not done yet either.
No. Yeah, it's only the top of the 5th inning. 3 home runs, 5 RBI, and
I wonder if 2 players on the same team ever hit 4 home runs in a game in the same year.
That I'm waiting to find out.
I doubt it. Well, here's the plays we're talking about. We'll watch these again. That's pretty much an example of every play you could make right there.
In, out, back. He made a play the other night down the third baseline that you just don't see any other third baseman, number one, even in the vicinity, make that play. Yeah, the pop-up.
Yeah.
You don't see another third baseman over there. It's either the left fielder or the shortstop. The third baseman standing on the cut of the grass, waiting for somebody else to get it.
Yeah.
Well, he did. I remember that one play last year. He did Willie Mays imitation going down. He must have run 30 yards.
Was that in Oakland?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. 30 yards. He had his back to home plate, caught it over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And was to their bullpen when he finally ended up with the ball.
That's when he looks around at Elvis and says, hey, where are you? Come on, man. You're younger than I am.
Markakis tonight, 2 out of 2. He has thus far driven home the only run for the Orioles. That was a 3rd inning single. As runners at first and second. And Holland back to him. Just missed the outside corner. It's 1-1. If we have any lip readers out there, let me know what Derek just said to himself. And I want to find out if it worked out or not. That's a fair ball down the first baseline. It's headed toward the corner. Ford will score. Being waved around third is Andino. Headed for third is Markakis, and he is in with a slide, a 2-run triple. And that cuts the Ranger lead to 10-3 as Markakis has driven in all 3 runs for Baltimore tonight.
Just kept that ball fair right inside the bag. First 2 hits were an infield bouncer, a little blooper to left. This one, he turns on that fastball pretty nice, really. Just snuck it by Mitch, kind of curved it around the bag and into foul territory.
So 3 RBI for Markakis. Now has 45 on the year. Still 2 outs. And J.J. Hardy coming up. Ball 1. Hardy is grounded into a double play and struck out. And he gets fisted here. Hits a 2-hopper out to Elvis. On to Moreland. That'll do it. But Markakis does it again. Orioles get 2 runs on 2 hits. Leave 1. Halfway through the ball game, it's the Rangers 10, the Orioles 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. to provide you with real-time updates as you travel to games at Rangers Ballpark. Follow at Rangers Info for updates on parking availability, gate openings, weather, and events. Connect with at Rangers Info today. Now the Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. Michael Young, David Murphy, and Giovanni Soto will face a new pitcher. It's the lefty J.C. Romero.
J.C. Romero, a well-traveled short reliever. Been with a number of different teams. Got a nice career.
So Romero facing Michael Young. Michael is 1 for 2 tonight, having singled and scored. And Romero's first pitch of the 5th inning is off speed and over for strike 1. Rangers 10 runs on 9 hits. The Orioles 3 runs on 5 hits. And Young up the middle. He is 2 for 3. And Michael starting the 5th inning the way that Josh Hamilton started the 4th inning. Solid single to center field. Mac, are you getting the feeling the offense is starting to get back to where it wants to be?
I really am getting that feeling because games like this are starting to get closer and closer together, and that's a good sign. You know, if you're having games like this once every 2 weeks, that's one thing, but this is the 3rd time, I believe, in the last 7 or 8 games where we've really busted out with the bats, and everybody in the lineup has done something.
Yeah, and last Thursday against New York, that was the 10-6 game, and the game on Sunday in Toronto, and now here we are on Wednesday. So yeah, in a week, they have been able to go double figures 3 times.
That's what you like to see, and this is, you know, for me, this is about the time that they want to start doing that. They want to start that upward climb to finish off this regular season and hopefully get to postseason.
Yeah, that was a good formula last year for sure. That's kind of what they did, peaked right at the right time.
Yeah, they blistered their way through September, especially the last 2.5 weeks of September, and just ran away. And that carried over into the playoffs, too. You know, they were a hot team going in, and they were the hottest team, obviously, coming out of the American League. Michael, the lead from first. The 3-0 pitch to Murphy is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, you know, it's not called really taking a breather, but it's tough to play at such a high level for an extended period of time. So getting hot in July and August, you're going to have that cool-off period sooner or later, and that's probably going to be in September when you don't want to have it. You want it to be the other way around.
Murphy, another line drive to center field. He got Romero the same way the other night. And Murphy is 2 for 2 this evening.
There'll be some line drives laid out tonight, boy. Wow. Mac, you talk how every team is going to go through stretches like that. How about the year with Seattle? Did you guys ever go through a stretch like that year?
The stretch that we went through started in April and it ended in October.
You never had a bad stretch.
We didn't. We didn't.
What'd you win? 100 and what?
116 games.
116 games.
We didn't lose 3 in a row until the last weekend of the series.
Imagine playing in your division, winning 100 games and losing by 16 games.
Actually, Oakland won 103 games
Did
that
they?
year. Yeah, they won 103
That's
games.
right.
Wow, I forgot about that. 103 games and we're 13 games
Yes.
out. Wow. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Talk about beating your head against a brick wall. Man. Oh, and 1 the count to Soto with runners at first and second.
But it also shows how tough it is to get to the World Series.
It does.
Because you've got to beat 2 really good teams in a short series, and you guys had the best team, but it didn't happen.
We weren't the hot team. The Yankees were the hot team at the time. We started slowing down getting into towards the end of September, and that's what happens. You know, it wasn't necessarily the best team. It was the hottest team at the time, and the Yankees, as they do usually every year, is build up.
You know, I think the Rangers would say the same thing about the Giants a couple of years ago. Giants had a fine team and great pitching, but they peaked right at the right time, and we didn't.
And you can almost say that for St. Louis last year, being the wild card and getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
Played all the way through. They beat Philadelphia pretty handily, and then that nobody expected them to. Now the wild pitch moves runners up to second and third. And now Soto an opportunity with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes to add on to the Ranger lead. Now it's 2-2. Get a look at the defense for the Orioles about halfway, and so that if a ball's hit sharply, they would have a play at home if they chose to go that way. And the next pitch high, it's a full count to Giovanni Soto. Soto hitting the number 8 slide. He'll be followed by the grand slam man, Mitch Moreland. Buck Showalter understood, I think, when he came over to Baltimore, there were going to be times like this. He thought he was pretty well over the hump, and he probably is. And he's done a remarkable job getting this Oriole club competitive and adding little bits and pieces here and having it all pretty well gel for him. That's something Buck has been able to do at all the stops he's made at the major league level, starting with the Yankees back in the early 90s, then the Diamondbacks, the Rangers. He's doing the same thing with the Baltimore Orioles. Waved at and missed, and Soto fooled on the off-speed pitch. He has gone on strikes. That is out number 1. Let's go back to the Fox Sports Southwest studios for a Mazda CX-5 game break. Here's Rick Renner. Rick. All right, Rick. I'm not sure I'd put any 5-run lead in Boston in the win column quite yet, but considering what we've seen over the years there.
You know, Buzz, you look at the standings and Mac in the AL West. Seattle's right on the verge of getting to 500. You have all 4 teams in the West playing 500 or better, and it wasn't long ago that the American League East was saying that.
Yep.
Now they've got a couple of teams 5, 6, 7 games under.
It's incredible.
Balance of power is shifting.
And Seattle won their 8th straight this afternoon. Beat Cleveland 3-1. 0-1 pitch to Mitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Updated standings for you. Seattle just 3 games under 500. Angels at 3 over, and of course Oakland at 11 over. Rangers at 20 over 500. Moreland skies one to pretty deep left center field. It's going to stay in the park. Michael Young tagging at third. McCough makes the catch. Young will score. Into third is David Murphy. And Mitch Moreland with his 5th RBI of the night. It's an 11-3 Ranger lead. Important for the Rangers to come back after the Orioles scored a couple in the top of the inning. Come back and get at least one of those runs back. Mitch, make sure that happens. Baltimore's the kind of club you don't want to ever let them feel that they're getting back into the game. You want to let them know who's in control and keep it going that way. This Baltimore club is infamous for its road comebacks. Here's Kinsler. He shoots one to center field, but out goes Andino. They make the catch on the soft line drive. Side retired, but the Rangers get 1 back. Get a run on 2 hits and leave 1. We'll go to the 6th inning here in Arlington. It's down the Rangers 11 and the Orioles 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. by your Texas Ford dealers. Head to your Texas Ford dealer and drive the best in Texas. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Now the Rangers add one more on to their total tonight, the 11-3. Young man getting into that cotton candy pretty deep right there.
That's what he said. Dad, I'll go to the game with you, but you got to get me some cotton candy.
Got to have that. First ball swinging to start off the sixth inning. Adam Jones fouls it back. It'll be Jones, Wieters, and Reynolds to face Derek Holland. Holland gave up a couple of runs in that fifth inning. Both of them coming home on the 2-out triple by Markakis. And Jones shoots one down the right side. That will twist its way back into the seats. And the count is 0-2. Jones a ground out on the first, his strikeout in the fourth inning. Matt Lindstrom loosening in the bullpen for the Orioles. Just inside. Oh, Holland thought he had it. Pretty close pitch, but the count moves to 1-2. Jones at .292 with the average as he faces Holland here in the sixth inning. Got him swinging.
That pitch has gotten 3 of them today.
That's a back foot breaking ball from Holland, and that is strikeout number 5. Well, this day in Rangers history brought to you by McDonald's $1 drink menu. August 22nd of '89, Nolan Ryan gets Ricky Henderson threw the fastball right by him to become the only pitcher in Major League history to have 5,000 strikeouts. Nolan would go on to total 5,714. Looking back in 1989. Sit down, Ricky. Drive to left field. Murphy going back. He has that shot off the bat of Wieters. That is out number 2. And Mark Reynolds coming up. Reynolds a couple of fly balls tonight. One to center, one's to right. And Derek has done a good job against the middle of the Baltimore order. It's just been Markakis and a couple of guys at the bottom getting on with little cheap hits. Markakis, though, is 3 for 3 and has driven in all 3 Baltimore runs tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to Mark Reynolds. Holland to the wind. And the breaking ball drops in over the outside corner. Reynolds last year 37 home runs for the Orioles. Most since '99 when Albert Bell hit 37 for the Birds. Holland's 2-1 pitch is just a little bit low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Tried to check his swing. He did not go around. And Reynolds draws the 2-out walk. Tony Randazzo down there at first making the ruling on the appeal.
Well, I've seen it called one way, I've seen it called the other way. Tough call for the umpire.
Well, Holland with his second walk of the game. And I think the thing that Derek will look at, that's his second 2-out walk in the last 2 innings. After he'd been given that 10-1 lead. Slow breaking ball in and over to Lou Ford, who doubled off the center field wall his last time up there. He was leading off the 5th inning, and Holland then got the next 2 outs on strikeouts. Then came that 2-out walk to Andino that set up the 2-run triple by Markakis. A ball and a strike. And one of the things, that Derek has acknowledged that he needs to work on is how to close innings out and get the first 2 outs and then run into a spot of trouble from time to time, and that's not what you want to have happen. There's a little tapper down the third baseline. That will stay in foul territory, and just to make sure Soto is down there. Well, the fourth leaderboard tonight kind of ties in with the Nolan Ryan anniversary. All-time strikeout leaders in Major League history. Nolan almost 1,000 more than Randy Johnson had. Better than 1,000 more than Roger Clemens, Steve Carlton. Bert Blyleven, who's coming into town tomorrow with the Twins. 2,000 behind Nolan. Ranger president and CEO. And Baseball Hall of Famer, Nolan Ryan. Pitch in the dirt to Ford, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breakdown inning by inning for Holland. That 5th inning, it cost him 23 pitches, but other than that, been pretty economical tonight. Just 90 pitches, and with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And the count has gone full. But Ford coming back from being way down in the count. Filled it out, and with 2 outs, Mark Reynolds will be off and moving with the next pitch if Ford keeps the inning going. Nate McClough, the left fielder, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Island set, runner on the move, payoff pitch is chopped foul, third base way by DeMarlo Hale, the third base coach, and Adrian Belter putting his hands up, says, "Hey, DeMarlo, I thought you called for it." DeMarlo said, "Nope, you're the one with the glove." Actually, I'm surprised that ball didn't just bounce up into Beltre's glove out of habit. Again, the 3-2. Hard hit ball, but Elvis a couple of steps to his right has it. Fires to first. And Ford is shot down. A 2-out walk, no damage for Holland. We finished 5.5 here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. The heart of the order coming up for the Rangers, who lead 11-3. Slam inning brought to you by Sonic. The jackpot is worth $700 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Nancy Martinez from Keller. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Nancy Martinez from Keller will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. And Matt Lindstrom has made his way in from the bullpen to become the fourth pitcher used tonight by Buck Showalter. Get an idea of what Lindstrom has done this year, and he misses blowing outside to Elvis for ball one. Elvis, the only Ranger tonight that hasn't been on base. He has grounded out all three times, once into a double play, and he's going to ground out for the fourth time as J.J. Hardy scoops it up. That is out number one. Well, you go back just a few months, another prolific home run night. That's three, in case you're not counting. And there is four. Made baseball history. Josh Hamilton, 4 home runs. Every time that he came up and hit the ball out of the ballpark, Elvis Andrus was on base. Hamilton, 18 total bases since he had a double mixed in there, too. And I still think he hit the double harder than he did in the home runs. He just had topspin on it and stayed in the ballpark barely. But Adrian Beltre on your right has 3 tonight. And of course Hamilton, you just saw all 4 of them from back in May. Josh has scored a couple of runs tonight. He's on a pretty good run scoring streak. He scored 17 runs in his last 14 ball games. 1 out of 2 officially this evening. And a rip and a miss. It's 2-1. I think we get kind of caught up in RBIs. For a guy like Hamilton, that's really an important stat. But if you're getting on base and scoring runs, that can be just as important. I mean, somebody's driving you in.
Yeah, and you know, Buzz, RBIs are a big stat. They have been forever. But really, you're kind of at the mercy of the people in front of you, whether they're on base or not. But if you've got a high on base percentage and you're driving the ball, RBI is kind of meaningless, really.
Hamilton got on strikes. We saw Josh's 4 around trippers. How about what Adrian done more recently, like tonight? First inning, straightaway center. Fourth inning, first time up, left field. Fourth inning, second time up, center field. And now, well, let's see what happens. In the 6th, and Beltre hit sharply again, but this one on the ground. And Machado, yeah. People thought he might have another shot at it, folks. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Lindstrom and the Orioles. Rangers gone in the 6th. On to the 7th we go. Rangers by 8. Southwest is brought to you by Ace Cash Express, earning your trust since 1968. And by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo, a no-nonsense burger, fries, and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. Derek Holland and the Rangers leading 11-3 as we head to the 7th inning, and Holland deals a strike to Nate McLeod. Bottom third of the Oriole order to face the Ranger right-hander. McLeod, an infield single and a strikeout. 1 ball and 1 strike. McLeod in his first go-around at the American League after spending his entire career with the Pirates and with the Braves. Fouls back the next pitch, and it's 1-2. Derek Holland approaching the 100 pitch mark tonight. He is currently at 97. And McLeod going the other way. Skies one to left field. It'll chase David Murphy back a little bit. Murph grabs it. That is out number 1, and Manny Machado coming up. Well, folks, Fox Sports Southwest and 105.3 The Fan are calling on you to save 1,000 each Friday this month. Saving 1,000 is a traveling blood drive to help save 1,000 lives through blood donation. 154 donors gave blood in Tarrant County on Friday, and our total lives saved for 3 weeks stands at 693 with 2 Fridays to go. This Friday, go to the Tico Arts Theater in Bishop Arts District in Dallas and visit there from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and help us save 1,000. Holland back to Machado, throws an off-speed pitch that finds the outside corner. 1-1 to the 20-year-old third baseman. Actually, he was a shortstop by trade coming up, but made the transition over to third. That's where the Orioles have the greatest need for him. Unless you get a guy like J.J. Hardy playing short, he's an excellent defender. He's the best shortstop statistically right now in the major leagues. But Machado learning on the fly, as they say. Holland with a 2-1 pitch. Hit well to right field. Cruz going back. He is in a hurry at the track. He stops and makes the catch. Well, Machado showing some pretty good power to all fields in this series.
Yeah, good play by Nelly, too. He got a good jump on that ball and ran it down right in front of the wall.
Second baseman Robert Andino.
Now with 2 outs and the base is empty, Robert Andino will step to the plate. Derek Holland trying to get through 7 innings for the second time in his last 3 starts. He worked 7 2/3 against the Tigers here on the 11th. I don't think she's going to take the bait. Oh, that's a spider, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. Rangers captain is getting...
What a silly guy.
He's getting after the fans.
That's pretty funny.
Never know what you're going to see when you come out to the ballpark.
Pretty cruel, too.
Yeah. A ball and a strike, the count to Andino. Now it's 2-1. Holland just passing the 100 pitch point. He's at 105 right now. Left-hander all of a sudden is working from the stretch. Pretty well hit field. In a hurry is Cruz deep into right center field, and Nelly runs it down. Well, that'll do it. 3 fly balls and 3 outs on a couple of good Cruz defensive plays. Stretch time at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. The Rangers 11, the Orioles 3. Well, the playoff push continues as Joe Mauer and the Twins come right down here to Arlington to take on the American League West leading Rangers. Fox Saturday Baseball telecast presented by Budweiser begins at 2:30 Central, only on Fox.
That little guy.
Young man, part of the crowd of 40,714 on hand here tonight. We are watching the Rangers break open the ball game with a 9-run fourth inning. So the Rangers come to bat here in the 7th inning. It'll be Cruz, Young, and Murphy. And Taylor Teagarden, the former Ranger backstop, is behind the plate. He's handling the next right-hander in line to enter the ball game, and that's right-hander Steve Johnson. Inside, that almost drilled Cruz. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Word from the Oriole clubhouse is that Matt Wieters left the ball game with a contusion on his right shoulder after taking that foul tip that we talked about. Cruz pops it up shallow center field. A trio of Orioles in pursuit. It will be Adam Jones, the center fielder, making the call and the play. That's out number 1, and let's head back to our Fox Sports Southwest studios for a game break. Here's Rick Renner. Rick. All right, thanks, Rick. Michael Young, first ball swing, he pops one up, shallow right field. Andino, the second baseman, out to retrieve it, and that is out number 2.
White Sox on the verge of sweeping the Yankees. Rangers win, Yankees lose. Rangers have the best record.
Yep. And Mark Lowe loosening up in the Ranger bullpen. Quite possible that Derek Holland's night is finished. David Murphy's night is not finished. He is 2 for 2 with a walk and an RBI, single and a double. Also a run scored for the Ranger left fielder. And Johnson misses outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Murphy now with the average at .313. As soon as he picks up those plate appearances, he was 7 short of qualifying for the league leadership in anything, or league statistics. He will be right up there among the leaders. Figure probably after this weekend worth of games, or at least early next week. Murphy takes a strike. It's 3-1.
It's tough, except in a real blowout, to get 5 at bats when you're batting 7th. Those at the top of the order get 5 plate appearances many times. But at home, if you're winning big, you don't hit in the 9th inning, which limits your opportunities. And if you do hit in the 9th inning, chances are it's not a high-scoring game, and you don't get that 5th plate appearance anyway.
3-2 to Murphy. Line drive, left center field, falling in a hurry, and McLaughlin off to pull up and play it on a hop. And David Murphy is 3 for 3. Well, an even dozen hits now for the Rangers, and Murph has 25% of those.
Yeah, when David does appear on that list, it's not going to be at the bottom the way he's going right now. It's going to be moving into the top 5 instead of the top 10.
Well, he is just on fire. Well, Murph aboard for the 4th time tonight. And here's Giovanni Soto, who looks at strike 1 from Johnson. Soto 0 for 2 officially. He did walk and score in that 9-run 4th inning. Little number cued down the first baseline. That will stay in foul territory. And it moves the count to 0-2. Soto, a .222 hitter as a Ranger. He had 9 RBIs in the 15 games. He had 14 RBI in 56 games for the Cubs. So he's well ahead of that pace. Rangers, of course, getting Soto from the Cubs on the 30th the day before the trade deadline, 30th of July. And his teammate Ryan Dempster coming over right at the trade deadline. Still 0-2 is Soto hanging tough. Word on Mike Napoli is he's making good progress, and he is eligible to come off the disabled list on Sunday. Whether he is able to come off on that day or not is still up in the air. Rangers would like to see him get to the point where he can go out and play in a few rehab games, AA or AAA, just get back in some competitive situations. Hoping to do that this weekend and get him activated as soon as possible. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's amazing the difference a year makes, Tom. With the injuries last year all happened to the regular players, the everyday players.
Yeah, that's funny how that works.
And this year it's been all the pitchers.
Yeah.
Rangers have been very fortunate as far as having their regular players, their everyday players, miss time. It just hasn't happened much. And boy, the pitching staff has taken the bullet for them this year. Payoff pitch. Hard hit ground ball. Machado can't get it. It's down the line, headed toward the corner. Murphy smoking around third, being waved home. He will score standing. And Soto with an RBI double. It is 12-3 Texas. Soto drives in his 10th run in a Ranger uniform.
Well, slowly but surely, Giovanni's, I think, starting to get comfortable in the league, starting to get comfortable with his team, swinging the bat the way he can, getting a chance to play every day behind the plate, and making the most out of it.
Well, a baker's dozen worth of hits, an even dozen worth of runs for the Rangers. And Mitch Moreland is at the plate. Mitch having a great night. He has already set a career high for himself with 5 RBI. Had a grand slam back in the 4th, had a sac fly in the 5th inning. And he's got Giovanni Soto out there at second base with 2 outs here in the 7th. Low and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Belter is asking Napoli, where were you when I was 0 for 4? Now I get 3 home runs and you want to come down and talk to me. What's the deal here? Two-0 pitch to Mitch. At the knees on the outside corner or somewhere close to there. Moreland hitting at an even 290. RBI total now stands at 38 for the year. Waved at and missed. Pretty good changeup by Johnson. The count is even at 2-2. Johnson a check of second. And Moreland gone on strikes. Good changeups by Johnson. And Mitch completely off stride. But Rangers come up with another run on a couple of hits. They strand one. We're going to the 8th. It's the Rangers 12, the Orioles 3 on Fox Sports Southwest.
lead the Orioles by the score of 12-3. We head to the 8th inning, and Buzz and Tom, time for the progressive fan of the game. It's got to be this guy, Rock. He's been rocking all game long. Rock, can you keep it up?
I can keep this dancing all the way to the World Series. Go Rangers, here we go!
Yeah, here comes the big finish. There we go. Way to go, Rock. And end it, Rick. There we go. Finish up for us, Rock. This is only a 2-hour game right now. There we go. All right, here's the bag. Congratulations. Way to go. There we go. Rock. What a finish that was. Fun.
Wow.
Good day, mate.
Well, on to the 8th inning. And a couple of changes. First of all, on the mound for the Rangers, Mark Lowe has come on. He's going to take over for Derek Holland. The line on Holland, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. A couple of walks, 5 strikeouts for Derek. Good outing tonight, and supported by a lot of Ranger offense. And there you see the numbers on Mark Lowe.
Yeah, Derek's definitely headed in the right direction. His starts are getting better. I think he's mixing his pitches better. Really had a good assortment of pitches, wouldn't you say, Buzz, tonight?
Yeah, he was very good. The only thing that he would look back and say, you know, that wasn't real good, with the two-out walks after he'd gotten a pretty big lead. But you know, that really is kind of nitpicking. I thought he threw the ball very well. Had a great breaking ball to the right-handed hitters.
Yeah.
So here's Lowe working to the top of the order, and he has a new center fielder playing behind him. Does Mark Lowe? That would be Craig Gentry, who's coming to the ball game, and Josh Hamilton is finished for the rest of the evening. And Mike Old has come in to right field. Murphy's still in left. As Lowe misses low and outside, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Markakis tonight, really the thorn in Derek Holland's side. He was 3 for 3, drove in all 3 runs. Single in the 3rd, and then a triple in the 5th. Plated the last 2 runs that Holland gave up. And Lowe drops an off-speed pitch in. It's 1-2. Looking ahead to the Twin series, seeing Mike Old out there and Craig Gentry. Old in right and Gentry in center. You got a left-hander in Scott Diamond starting tomorrow night for the Twins, and you may see one, if not both, those guys in the ball game in the starting lineup. Ron Washington likes to use those right-handed hitters. You happen to be keeping score at home. The changes: Mike Old is batting in Josh Hamilton's 3rd slot in the order, and Craig Gentry will bat 5th. Low with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes to Markakis. Lowe's pitch. Fastball, call strike 3. Markakis knew it, and he just walks head down back to the Oriole dugout. Well, fans, next Wednesday is another dollar hot dog night at Rangers Ballpark, and the Tampa Bay Rays are in town for that one. Great seats are available. It's a 6:05 game, and you'll enjoy the dollar hot dogs, and all of them you can eat for just $1. For tickets, go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. That ought to be a great series. If you don't have tickets yet, make sure you get some and come on out and see the Rays, who are battling with these Orioles for that wild card spot, one of the 2 wild card spots. Before play today, they were both tied atop the wild card standings. J.J. Hardy 0 for 3 tonight. And he's 1 for 4 now as he bangs that low slider into center field for a base hit. Let's take a look at the Brown Hen Center great hands of the game play. Back in the 1st inning. How about Mitch Moreland? Completely extended, driving to his right. Gets up and throws out Adam Jones, who can move it down that line pretty well. Great hands by Mitch Moreland. Adam Jones at the plate, 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out and struck out twice. Chops that one down off of his left foot, and it's no balls and a strike. Jones with a 4-game hitting streak on the line here. This would figure to be his last at bat unless the Orioles were to make some kind of a miracle comeback. Trailing 12-3 at the moment. 0-1 pitch from Lowe. Hit well to left field. Murphy got a good read on it, reaches up and makes the catch. Well, David Murphy, an excellent job, and Tom, you got to appreciate that. That has to be a very difficult play for an outfielder to make.
Yeah, there's been some good jumps today. Nelly Cruz got a nice jump on a ball hit hard over his head. David gets a really good jump on this ball. It's a little easier when it's hit to your glove side. But nevertheless, a good jump, good speed to catch that ball. Definitely seen that from the outfielders today.
Well, 2 away. Hardy's still at first. And Taylor Teagarden is at the plate for his first at bat of the night and of the series. And a balk by Mark Lowe has been called. Gee, unusual. Bob Davidson called that. Balking Bob Davidson out there at second base.
Now, is he just more observant, or is he calling things that are borderline?
No, I think he's watching very
just
closely.
Got a good eye for it?
I think he's watching very closely, and any little thing that a pitcher does that could be construed as a balk, like that little hand move there.
There it is.
Most umpires wouldn't even give that a second look.
Yeah.
But
well,
Davidson,
good for him.
He's well within his rights to do that, well within the rule book to do that.
Yeah. I guess anytime you're watching the pitcher in a stretch like that, and he does anything with his body that stops and starts,
right,
then that's a balk, right?
Yep. 0-1 to Teagarden. And the pitch outside. Mark Lowe struck out the first hitter he faced in this ballgame, Markakis. Then gave up the single to J.J. Hardy. Got Adam Jones on a liner to left. Now trying to shut the Orioles out this inning, working to Teagarden. 1-1 pitch. Taylor Teagarden had kind of an odd year. 088, but you see the home run and the 3 RBI. The home run won a game for the Orioles a couple of weeks ago. And the 3 RBIs, 2 of those were on that home run. The other RBI put him ahead in a close ball game. So he's made his hits and his runs driven in count. Low with the 2-1 pitch. Skied to right field. And Mike Holt doing a little stutter step out there and getting his bearings. Makes the catch, and that will do it. No runs to hit, and 1 left for the Orioles. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the Rangers 12, the Orioles 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. that starts tomorrow. And Chevron is going to bring you the starters for tomorrow's game. Roy Oswald taking the place of Yu Darvish. You have to be pushed back and probably to where his next start would be because of the tightness in his right quad. Scott Diamond, the left-hander, who's having a very good year for Minnesota, 10-5, will oppose the veteran Roy Oswald. We had a change in the outfield. We've also had a change on the mound as Luis Ayala has come into the game, and the bullpen pretty much being emptied with the exception of the closer and the primary setup guys here by Buck Showalter. See the numbers on Ayala. Ayala back to Kinsler, and Ian chops it foul. It's 0-2. And the left fielder is Lou Ford. Buck Showalter getting rid of the DH. Ford was the DH. And then moving from left to center, Nate McLouth. So Ford in left, McLouth in center. Adam Jones out of the ballgame. The 0-2 pitch. And again, chopped foul by Kinsler. Ian tonight 1 for 4. Had a single back in the 4th inning. Ian at 265 with the average as Ayala comes back to him. And that sharp breaking ball is off the outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slow breaking ball, and that's hit down the left field line. It's in for a hit. Ford over to cut it off. Kinsler will motor into second base with a leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Ian with his second hit tonight. His 35th double of the year.
Another hard hit ball. And drives all over the field tonight for the Rays.
Oh, he had waited nicely on that hanging Ephus pitch almost. Drove it to left field. Now Elvis Andrus trying to get his first hit of the night. He's the only Ranger starter that has not had at least 1 base hit. He is 0 for 4. 4 groundouts. Going to the right side. Ball smothered by Reynolds. He gets up, takes it to the bag. That is out number 1. On to third goes Ian Kinsler. Well, before Mike Gold comes up, let's head out to the Captain Morgan Club and visit with John Radigan, see what's up for Rangers Live after the ball game. John?
Yeah, Buzz, so much to talk about, so little time on Rangers Live. But, of course, we'll go over this game in fine detail with the help of Mark McLemore. We will also compare it to 5 years ago tonight, which was another prolific offensive outburst by the Rangers, and we'll delve into this pitching change tomorrow. Yu Darvish out, Roy Oswalt in. We talk about that and hear from some of the principals on Rangers Live, guys, right after the game.
All right, John, thank you. Here's Mike Old with his first at-bat of the evening. He takes low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Old at 222. Still looking for his first Major League home run. He has driven in 4. 1 double to his credit. He scored a couple of runs. And he takes an Ayala strike. And if you're going to go leave the room, do it now quickly before Adrian comes up, because you're looking at a chance for his 4th home run of the year. Beltre with 3 tonight already. And Holt takes a little bit low. It's 2-1. Ayala from the stretch. This is outside. 3 balls and a strike. Alexi Ogando getting loose to no doubt come in the ball game. Pitched the 9th inning against the Orioles. 3-1 is low, and that puts 2 aboard at the corners with Adrian Beltre coming up. Well, here comes Adrian, and I would venture to say that most of the crowd of 40,714 have hung around for this exact moment. Beltre, 3 out of 4, 3 home runs. He had a solo home run in the second. That plated the first Ranger run. His first time up in the 4th inning, he had a 2-run blast to left field. And then his second time up in the 4th inning, he had a 2-run shot to center field. Now facing Luis Ayala. The first pitch way inside for ball 1. Beltre, 5 RBI tonight. Both he and Mitch Moreland have driven in the handful of RBI this evening apiece. And Beltre hits a double play ball to short. Back to first base, and that will do it. So Adrian went for it and came up just a little bit short. Side retired, no runs a hit, 1 man left. Bottom of the 9th coming up. Rangers 12, Orioles 3 on Fox. Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Head to your Texas Ford dealer for the summer sales event and enjoy some of the greatest deals of the season. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. The Rangers able to add some significant insurance tonight. They lead 12-3 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. They have out-hit the Orioles 14-6. And Alexi Ogando is taking over on the hill. He will face Mark Reynolds to start off the 9th inning. Alexi fires a strike in there at 95 miles an hour as you look at Ogando's numbers. Reynolds 0 for 2 tonight. He has a walk and a couple of flyouts. Ogando back with a 1-1 pitch. And that's very high. It's 2 balls and a strike. Alexi has been a little bit inconsistent, and that's one of the reasons Ron Washington is trying to get him into situations like this where you can get that comfort level back to where you need him. Ground ball, Elvis to his left, and that's out number 1. Remember what Elvis was able to do last year going down the stretch and into the postseason. He was big setup guy for the Rangers out of that bullpen. He and Mike Adams getting that job done. The Rangers need him to get back to that kind of stature. Alexi Ogando working to Lou Ford. Ford, who began as the DH, he's now in left field. So the pitcher would be batting in Adam Jones' spot, which is the third spot in the order. Jones, the one that left the ball game when Lou Ford moved onto the field from the DH position. Ogando to the wind, the 1-1 pitch. In the air to right field, Olt backs up a couple steps, now has to come on a bit as the wind kind of knocked it down. That is out number 2. And the Orioles down to their final out, the person with Nate McLeod. So Alexi Ogando getting some much needed work in here tonight. And not that he's trying to prove anything. Derek Holland had some much-needed good work here tonight, too. And 7 solid innings did Derek Holland.
Yeah, he did. I like the direction that Derek is headed in right now. He looks more confident. Better assortment of pitches, better command, more aggressive. Just looks good out there.
McLaughlin, a single and a run scored tonight. Good breaking ball from Ogando. That's a little more like the Alexi slider that we've all come to know and love. And the folks that have stayed here on their feet now. 0-2 the count. They are cheering home the Rangers to their 72nd win of the year. Check swing, and he did not go around, according to Brian Gorman down there third. A ball and 2 strikes. Rangers with the win will maintain their 5-game lead in the American League West. And they will get back to 21 games over 500 for the 4th time this year. They have never gotten beyond that yet. 2-2. Also get their 38th win here at home. They're 37-23. And prepare themselves for the Twins to come in and start a 4-game series tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, that's low, and the count has gone full. So Ogando, after getting ahead 0-2 to McLeod, not able to get any of the next 3 pitches where he wanted them. Alexi's payoff pitch. Get high in the air, right center field. Craig Gentry coming on, making the call. And that will do it. The Rangers win it. A 12-3 final as Ogando and company close out a Derek Holland win. And Derek Holland win his 8th ball game of the year. He moves to 8-6. And for Derek Holland, that's his first win since the 25th of July when he defeated the Boston Red Sox. So a good all-around outing. And, of course, the Ranger offense tonight, Tom, really outstanding. 12 runs on 14 hits. And they put that huge crooked 9 up there in the 4th inning.
Well, you were talking about this during the game, Buzz. 3rd time in a week where they had a big offensive explosion. And that's very nice to see as you head to the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season. But many guys participated in it. None bigger than Adrian Beltre with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs. And Mitch Moreland, who had a sacrifice fly. And his first Major League Grand Slam, official Grand Slam, he knocked in 5 runs as well. Made it easy for Derek Holland, who was aggressive, had good stuff, and got his 8th win.
Well, the final totals on the ball game: the Rangers 12 runs on 14 hits. They played errorless ball. The Orioles 3 runs on 6 hits, and they also had errorless ball. 2 hours and 37 minutes. And let's head down to the field where Jim Knox is standing by. Jim.
All right, thanks, Buzz. Great night for Moreland, I tell you what, a career night, 5 runs batted in, you get 4 of those on a grand slam off Tommy Hunter, former teammate. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great, tried to get in there, just get the job done, in that situation. We had the lead, but I knew we might be able to break it open if I got a good pitch, and I was able to do that.
All right, Derek Collins, 7 solid innings tonight, only gave up 5 hits and gets a win.
Yeah, I mean, Derek did a great job. He came out and pounded the zone and got us through 7 there and really cruised, it seemed like.
Mitch, you guys feel like you're now starting to hit a groove right now, take 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. A good club over there.
Yeah, it's a great team. They play well all year and maintained, and you got to tip your hat to them. They played hard, and we were able to come out on top. It was a good series for us.
There you go, Mitch. Congratulations on the big night. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Now the final again, the Rangers 12, the Orioles 3. We will take a break, and on the flip side, we get John and Matt will wrap it up for you from Rangers Ballpark in Arlington on Fox Sports Southwest.